Welcome to the corner, guys. Welcome to the Pop Culture Corner. We're so happy to have you guys back. If you're tuning in for the first time, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our content. Ring that bell as well. I've missed you this week.
I doubt that. You don't act like you miss me.
I missed you this week. I missed this setting is what I missed.
I missed my microphone.
Yes.
I missed my headset.
Yes.
I missed my wind scar, whatever this thing is. This thingy right here that makes the beatboxing noise go away. Yes. I miss my general setup, and I miss you, the audience.
Yes.
I love you.
I think we all miss the audience every once in a while, right? But yeah, so if you're new here,
welcome.
Welcome
to the corner.
Welcome to the corner. Welcome to the family.
We do it for you. We do it for the culture.
Yeah. And if you're a subscriber already, welcome back. This is episode 4, guys.
Oh my goodness!
I can't even believe we made it past episode 1.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? And we're growing each day. A
little bit.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah. Join us on Facebook, all social media platforms, and our podcast airs on all major podcast platforms. If you haven't used it, definitely try Anchor. It's worth a try. It's a good distribution tool. We have a good show for you guys today. Really good show. We're excited. So today we'll be going through a lot of stuff, but we'll generally summarize it so you can get a feel for it. So we'll be doing all the breaking news from this week's previous, anything that, sparked interest in the industry. We'll be doing getting into gaming, with Big Drip / Justice right here.
Big Drip, baby.
Yeah, well, yeah. And what will you be talking about?
Talking Halo Infinite this week, people. It's Microsoft week, so I'm gonna go into Halo Infinite, give you a quick rundown of that, what it looks like, what's going on with it, release date, etc., so forth.
Ooh, that sounds fun. We'll also be doing, more of TV time. We'll be talking, a Boys Season 2 recap because it just ended this week. Great show. We'll be talking Supernatural. Just started its final 7 episodes after being delayed due to coronavirus. And then we'll be getting into the biggest news of the week. HBO Max has ordered the Green Lantern show officially.
Hooray.
We do have some anime anarchy for you guys, too, today.
Talking Attack on Titan, people.
Woo!
It's a big one.
Not too familiar with it, but the way Justice talks about it sounds really interesting.
Yeah, I'll go into that later. It's a great show, but we'll get into that when the time comes.
Yep. And we'll be ending this episode today with talking a little bit about DrStrange being confirmed to be in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah,
I think we all expected that.
Yeah, but this is all speculation, people, just to make it abundantly clear. All we have right now for news as far as this, we're just getting little pieces of news at a time pertaining to Spider-Man 3, and for the most part, we have very little confirmation and a lot of speculation, but we're getting a lot of rumors, a lot of stuff that we kind of expected, and now we're seeing it in articles and on our paper, so forth and so on. So it's becoming a little more reality. And if we went pretty deep into our episode of Quick Dip, our first episode of Quick Dip actually. So you want to check that out? You go ahead on our YouTube page. It's Quick Dip into the Spider-Verse, and that was a good episode. We had a lot of fun shooting that. So you go check that bad boy out. I think you might like.
Yep.
That's for those with the short attention spans.
Most of YouTube. So
most of you, yes, correct. Correct.
But yeah, so how was your week?
Yeah, my week's lame. I have to work. I still have to work a general job. And, just nothing, people. But that doesn't stop until you start subscribing. So you go ahead, you click that subscribe button so I can quit my job because I don't want to work anymore.
My God. So that's what we both want to do. Unfortunately, I'm unemployed, not due to my own doing.
You don't have a job to quit.
Yeah, I don't have a job to quit. So I'd love to see the subscribers come in, guys. We're running a campaign right now. And it's our push to 1,000 subscribers. Yep.
That's 3 zeros, people.
That is 3 zeros. That's our push to 1,000. We'll be giving away Amazon gift cards to random subscribers and Pop Culture Corner t-shirts as well to other random subscribers.
So what you guys want to do is go ahead. First of all, you need to subscribe, hit that bell, and we also want you to comment. Comment hashtag we do it for the culture. And then we're just going to randomly pick. So the more comments we get,
Yep.
You know, let's just for example's sake, you know, you guys we get 100 comments on this video, right? So we'll pick about, let's say 4 or 5, right?
Yeah, so I'll pick, well, me and you will pick 2 each.
2 each. All right, so that's 4 in total. Now we're giving out T-shirts and Amazon gift cards, people. So you go ahead, you subscribe, ring that bell, hit comment. We do it. Hashtag we do it for the culture.
Yep, and then hopefully you win.
Hopefully.
And we'll announce the winners, you know, accordingly to, you know, the data that we get in return.
We'll say we'll call about 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Episode 6.
Yep.
Should be about.
Yep.
Should be about right.
And we'll be doing that pretty frequently in our push to 1,000 subscribers.
Yep.
And you'll hear more about that on social media. So
also follow us there.
Yes, follow us there.
We're on everything, people. Twitter, Snapchat,
everything,
Facebook, everything. Instagram. You can also follow our personal pages. It's Tyler Roberts, Justice Holmes, a.k.a. Big Drip, with 2 eyes.
Yes.
So you come find us, people.
As always, though, I'm delighted to be here with my co-host, Justice.
Co-host / co-creator / entertainment / sex appeal of the pop culture corner.
The sex appeal is
Big Drip, baby.
The biggest. That's the reason I called him to join the show.
Yeah, essentially. You know, somebody's got to bring the ladies in. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And the men.
And
I don't judge.
Yeah.
Big Drip don't judge.
Big Drip don't hate.
Big Drip don't judge. Yeah. You know, if you like what you see, you like what you see. Come holler at me.
Yeah. I'm having fun, though. This is really, it's a good time, and I think I'm getting used to it, and I could definitely do this for a while.
Yeah, I feel like a radio host, like a sexier, blacker, younger Howard Stern.
Oh,
you know,
that dude's been around for thousands of years.
Yeah, he is,
and nobody knows it.
He's like picture it like this: I'm Dr. Strange. Howard Stern is the ancient one. He's passing me the mantle.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I like that.
That's essentially what's going on here.
So who can I be?
You can be that black lady that in the corner that she's like the lady that talks with Howard Stern about the fat black lady. That's you.
I was thinking I'm more like the guy and the Joe Rogan's producer that he's always referencing.
The guy who puts up the
visuals.
Yeah, well, no, that's definitely. Well, you do that regardless. You're definitely. This is Light Drizzle, aka Tech Savvy, a.k.a. Magic Man, a.k.a. T.Y. Ty. Call him that for a reason, people.
Yes.
I can't do any of this. When we say that I'm here for entertainment and sex appeal, that's not a joke. That's really all I do around here. All right, I show up usually late. And
very late.
I just talk, you know. I promote stuff. I just make jokes, and I take my shirt off, and I take pictures and send videos and stuff, and harass you people so you watch.
The weekend is the best time for Justice content.
The weekend's the best time, period, because that's when you get to see me. Because unfortunately, once again, until you people start subscribing, I'm gonna have to work an actual job for the time being.
Yes.
So get to going with that subscribing.
Get to go and share our page, show some support, show some love.
Yep. And if you win, you're going to rock a t-shirt. You bring that bad boy everywhere you go.
Yeah, and if we really like you, we might customize it, put your name on the back.
Yeah.
But, as we've only made 65 cents for this show so far. So,
only.
Yeah.
Only.
Yeah.
60. People, that's profit, all right? That's 65 cents that we've made in profit. I don't know what you're talking about, only. We made 65 cents, people, all right? Once that hits $1, it's a wrap. So I suggest you get in my DMs now if you're interested, because once we start making dollars off of this, you'll never hear from me again.
Yep. Ever. Big Drip's going, he's going places.
Big Drip is going places. Hit that subscribe button.
Hit it. Please
smash it.
Everything helps, guys. You know how YouTube works. It's an interesting platform.
It's a bad platform, but it's our best bet.
No, YouTube, we love you.
Wink, wink,
wink, wink,
wink. I'm just playing YouTube. I love you.
And as always, we are not sponsored by Amazon, Coca-Cola, or Microsoft or Sony, but we are looking for sponsors, guys.
Come on. Honestly, to this point, I really don't care what it is. I'll sponsor lube, anything really.
Trojan?
Yes, sport bras, Tampax. You guys need a sponsor, come holler at me. I really don't care at this point. You know, Huggies.
Come see me.
I do anything. I don't care. Just come see us, please. I promise you I will sell products.
Yes.
I promise.
I know. You know what? And he's He's working out a lot. He's getting chiseled.
Big Drip is a entertainer first and a hustler second.
Yeah, he's open to doing foot commercials. I don't know if anyone's interested.
If you need a foot model, come holler at me.
Foot model, he's got good feet.
I got great feet. I also have great thighs. So if you're interested in a thigh model, then you go ahead and you come DM me. $30 an hour, $50 if you want it weird.
Yes. All right. So our first topic today, guys, is going to be Warner Brothers has, guess what?
Pushback.
Yes.
Big surprise.
They've pushed back their entire slate of films. So we'll start. I just had like a burp. I couldn't get rid of it.
Ew.
So we'll start it off with Dune. The trailer just dropped, and
interesting.
It was expected to come out.
Dune is a reboot, correct?
It's a remake. Yes.
Yeah, remake.
And they've
like an 80s movie, right?
Somewhere around there, 70s, 80s, yeah. And they've decided that, with all the pushbacks, they're not going to release it this year, and they're going to get it to October 1st, 2021. The next up being The Matrix 4, which I do want to say, Justice didn't know about The Matrix 4.
I had no clue. No, I had no idea. I'm not a fan of it. I never really liked The Matrix. When Matrix came out and it was the peak of cinematography at the time, I was a child. I was like 4.
Yeah.
So as I got older and I actually watched it, I've already seen much better CGI wise and choreography wise,
etc. It's hard to go backwards.
So I wasn't impressed, and I was like, oh, this is corny and it looks terrible, which it does in comparison. At the time, it looked amazing. Yeah. Wow, this is cool. But to a modern person, a 21st century 24-year-old, it's corny.
Yeah.
So I didn't really like it.
Yeah, I you know what? I can definitely feel what you're saying there.
When you got movies like Endgame and Ben Affleck's Daredevil or Halle Berry's Catwoman running around, The Matrix doesn't really do it for you anymore. You know what I mean? I have a golden standard, which is Joe Schumacher's Batman. And if you can't get to that level, then don't even talk to me. You know what I mean?
It's the worst Batman
Back
ever.
card. I never leave the house without it.
Oh my god, it's the worst Batman movie ever. Oh my god.
I wonder if they sell those.
They're fighting for a Schumacher cut.
Yeah, hilarious.
Now with the Snyder cut coming out, they're all like,
I want Schumacher.
We want the Schumacher. We want the bat nipple cut.
Hilarious. Hey, I wonder if they sell those credit cards. Bat card.
Of course
I want one. I want one.
I mean, they have Avengers.
A legitimate one with
the exact
I can use
replica.
It. Yeah, so I can actually use it. Hilarious. Hilarious. My credit is terrible, but it's worth a shot.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, worth it. Speaking of Batman, I think this is
the worst news of them all.
Not necessarily, but
it's upsetting.
It's definitely the one that hits hardest, I guess, because I was so anticipated. So The Batman, directed by Matt Reeves, starring Robert Pattinson, has been pushed to 2 days before my birthday, March 4th, 2022. It's whatever. It gives them a little bit more time.
Yeah, I guess so. To get to iron. I guess I in all actuality, right? These pushbacks, especially DC, because God knows they need it. It's giving them extra time to iron out all the details and anything that might have went wrong, and a solid chance. They can even show it to a couple of test audiences beforehand and have plenty of time to fix anything that may go wrong. Because to my understanding, the movie is filmed already for the most part.
No, so apparently not.
Not really. Wow.
So
they had us under the impression that they were essentially done.
So they have more stuff to go. So
unfortunate.
We'll see. The Flash has been pushed back to November 4th, 2022.
I'm starting to question if we'll ever see that movie. It's been pushed back 5 times now.
And the first 4 weren't due to COVID.
Exactly. Exactly. That was my next sentence.
They were just due to lousy.
DC. DC.
Lousy execution. Shazam 2, June 2nd, 2023, and Black Adam is still a TBD in production.
So unfortunate.
Yes. So, guys, I mean, coronavirus is really... I want to talk about something real quick.
Coronavirus?
In an aspect, yes. So, with all these pushbacks, with all these movies that just will not attempt a theatrical release right now. So Wonder Woman is still going to push for its Christmas release.
Yep.
Not sure how it's going to work. But, little thing here, Patty Jenkins, director of Wonder Woman, released a statement saying, she's worried about the movie-going experience and that, she doesn't want what happened to the music industry to happen to the movie industry where, places like that, that you can go hear something or you can go to a store and get copies of music. I'm not really sure what she really meant about the music industry.
Well, I can tell you that. First of all, physical album sales are just down.
Well, okay,
Nobody purchases albums anymore, and not too many people don't go to concerts.
They
as
just
frequent.
download it.
Exactly. They don't go as frequently as they used to. They go to music festivals rather than concerts, right? Because it's not so necessary anymore, and it's the concert itself is more about the experience. So that's why people go to festivals rather than concerts, because it's this whole big shebang. It's a festival,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So I know what she meant by that.
So she's saying that if we don't act now, we could potentially be seeing a world where there is no such thing as a movie theater. You think about it. There's only so much government assistance. There's only so much you can do to pay your employees because they're open now, but they're not making any money. Nobody's going.
Not for nothing, but you gotta. I know it's a risky thing, but you gotta open
theater,
those
guys.
And not only that, but the theaters themselves. You guys need to
bring
things back to normal. Open the concession stands. Give people incentive to go. You need to come up with some ideas, new things to do. Maybe throw in an arcade, or just think of some ideas to give people incentive to come.
I don't think an arcade would work.
Just an example. First and foremost, you make it abundantly clear that everything is safe, COVID safe, and they're prepared, and that we have this, we understand what the risk is, and we have it under control. That's first and foremost. And then you add something new to give people incentive to go. Oh, wow, arcade, for example. Wow, not only can I go see a movie, but I also get to play some video games, and everything is sterilized and clean, and everybody's masked up, so I don't have to worry about getting sick. You have to give people incentive, because right now people are afraid and also not willing to take the risk. We went to the movie theaters, and it was essentially pointless. There was nothing there. It was desolate. I know it's dangerous times, but you need to give people reason to actually go.
Yeah, and I couldn't imagine a world without being able to go to a movie theater. I don't want to imagine that kind of world, but sadly, it's becoming more of a reality. People would rather do what we not what we do, but because I have such a good setup and such a, my living room is literally a movie theater, just on a smaller scale. People would rather do that than actually go to the theater, and it's hurting the
well, that's my point
industry.
Exactly, and that's where that new incentive comes in. You need to establish. Not for nothing, but COVID or not, people can have that movie experience at home in the comfort of their home, in their bathrobe with their slippers on. They don't have to worry about, if they can bring their own snacks in, or if they can, they have
pause
to
go to the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly. You can do whatever you want. So for that's my point exactly. The movie theater, AMC, for example, these board of directors need to sit down and they need to come up with some new ideas. You need to switch it up. COVID or not, you have to do this eventually.
Agreed. Agreed. I'm just let us know what you guys think in the comments. Maybe what some cool ideas for movie theaters would be.
That'd be cool. I'd like to see what maybe you guys have some dope ideas of new things that we could see at an AMC theater.
Yep.
Yeah. I like the sound of that.
And let us know, and maybe we can forward them to AMC and get them up and running.
We have influence around here, people.
Yeah.
We only have 100 subscribers, but we do have influence.
124.
Haha.
So we're getting there.
Slowly but surely.
In 4 episodes, 124 is not so bad.
No, not at all.
So our next topic, we already went over in a segment of Quick Dip, produced by the Pop Culture Corner. If you want to hear about it, go and watch the video. But actor Ryan Reynolds is potentially going to be signing the largest MCU contract in history. Kevin Feige, CCO of Marvel Studios, does want him to appear in more movies than any other character before him. And that's saying a lot.
Yes, it is. Again, we did do a quick dip on this where we went into much deeper detail, but
it's going to be right here.
Generally speaking,
click here and you can go see it.
Generally speaking, what we believe is going to happen is that deal is going to consist of a lot of cameos and quick appearances. For example, we used 9 movies as the contract, and chances are we're not going to see 9 feature-length films featuring Deadpool. So again, go check that out if you're interested, because we did go into rather deep detail on that.
Yeah, and honestly, guys, that's it for really news in the industry this week.
Not too much happened this week.
Not too much happening. A couple weeks of little tidbits here and there. Ray Fisher kind of confirmed on Twitter that he is, in fact, going to be in the Flash movie. He dropped a little dime out there and was like, because the writer of Green Lantern, he is...
Wade Wilson's Green Lantern.
No.
Oh, the show.
The showrunner for the show that's coming up worked on the Flash film.
Oh, okay.
And he tweeted and was like, I worked with him on The Flash.
Yep.
Our time together was great, and I loved working with him. Grew fond.
Well, Cyborg does serve a decent sized purpose in Flashpoint.
Yeah, well, we didn't know that he was in it.
Yeah.
So he kind of confirmed it, because all this stuff that's going on with Warner Brothers, no one knew if Cyborg was actually gonna do it. So he just, and everyone skipped over it. I was like, wait a second.
No, that's big.
Wait a second.
Yeah, that's big, because again, in the actual Flashpoint storyline, Cyborg does serve a big purpose. And we were talking about this before off camera. I from what I can tell, it seems like they're gonna turn Flashpoint into kind of a what if kind of scenario, because they seem to be like, Michael Keaton's going to make an appearance, and they were talking, we would like Christian Bale to also make an appearance, possible Joel Schumacher storylines, so it seems like a kind of what-if thing. I think they're going to pretty go off the rails with the actual Flashpoint storyline,
right.
I don't think we're going to see too much of that actual story.
Right. So with that being said, that's really all the news for the week.
Yeah, it's not too much going on this week, people.
Yeah, not too much. But hey, we're still here for you.
Yeah, man, we're always here, baby.
Always.
I mean, the less news we have just means more general talk and more funny jokes, comedy gold from the Big Drip, baby.
So why don't we get into our first segment?
Getting into gaming with the Big Drip.
All right, so what are we talking about today?
So it is Microsoft Week, people. So I'm talking Halo Infinite. Just before we started, I watched the trailer, blah, 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 so on and so forth. So I just want to, we all know Halo, right? We all know Halo. Halo is responsible for most childhood people that are now gamers. Mm-hmm. Halo's kind of responsible. I know Halo 3 is the reason I even play online. It was my first online game that I ever played, and I absolutely adored it to this day. It's in my top 5. I love that game. That being said, Halo Infinite is your typical run-of-the-mill Halo game. Not too much has changed. They add some new weapons, grappling hooks, etc. It has like the gameplay I saw. It kind of reminded me of Doom. It's balls to the wall action, right? And it looks a lot like Doom, just with aliens rather than demons, which is a good thing, because Doom is just action. That's it. You just shoot, punch, stab. It's just balls to the wall. So it looks like a turn your brain off, have fun kind of game. You don't have to think about nothing. You just button smash, right?
Button smash. What is that?
Button smash is your controller. Die, alien, die. That kind of deal.
Okay.
So they're aiming for a Christmas release. They didn't give us an exact day, but I'm assuming it will be something like December 20th. They're going for a holiday release. The system itself is releasing on November 12th. So I watched some of the cutscenes. So the 8-minute gameplay walkthrough I watched, gave us some like opening cutscenes, and it's very and I know this is unintentional, but it's almost comical. It's very goofy. I think they're using software that they haven't really adjusted to yet, because they're aiming for like serious tones and a serious scene, and it's coming off goofy and comical, in their facial expressions, the way they're delivering lines. And again, I think it's just because they're working with software they're not completely familiar with yet, but it had this very like unintentional funny vibe, but the game itself, it looks fun. Again, it's just balls to the wall kind of action game. It's Halo. Everybody likes Halo. It's
even I've played Halo.
Exactly. Like I can't tell anybody. It's like trying to explain to a normie Batman. Everybody knows Batman. Halo is the Batman of video game. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows what you're talking about. Nobody's like, wow, I've never heard of that before. Sounds cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. That's all. No, so let me ask you this.
Go ahead. Hit me.
So Halo, is that a Microsoft exclusive?
Yes, Halo's always been a Microsoft exclusive. Halo is made strictly for Microsoft. They've always been made for Microsoft. PC gets every game, but Halo has always been Microsoft. It always will be Microsoft. There's no way in hell Sony will ever get their hands on that.
Okay.
That really, in all actuality, Halo's like the only reason. Well, now that they've purchased Bethesda, I have a second reason, but Halo's the only reason I've ever even considered even playing an Xbox, never mind buying one, because again, Halo 3 is the reason I started online gaming, so Halo does hold a spot in my heart. Right.
So Halo, when you play online, is it kind of like a Call of Duty style?
No. It's a FPS, the same like Call of Duty, but Halo's balls to the wall. Halo's the kind of game that you just kind of like go online and you just goof around with your friends. There are people that like play competitively, but it's not like Overwatch. This isn't like a competitive game. You'll never see a tournament for Halo. You just get on with your buddies and you have some fun. You just mess around, you talk shit to each other on your headsets, and you just have fun. It's one of those turn off your brains and have a good time kind of game.
Okay. What was your favorite Halo game that ever came out?
3, by far. 3. I stopped playing after ODST because I just gave up on Xbox. At that point I had gone through like 8 Xbox 360s due to the Red Ring of Death. That thing was...
The Red Ring.
The Red Ring of Death is like herpes. It just wouldn't go away. It just kept coming back. You'd think you got rid of it finally, but no, here it is again. It just kept coming back, man. Xbox, to this day, that happened like 10 years ago, and I still have a grudge against them. This is why I won't buy Microsoft. I never again... 8 consoles.
Of the Red Ring, yeah.
8 consoles. That's not an exaggeration, people. I had 8 360s all got the Red Ring of Death. I refuse
Microsoft.
to ever step your game up, pimpin', because that's just insane.
But so no, that's real. That sounds really, really fun, actually.
No, yeah, Halo is again. It's just a turn off your brain and have fun kind of game. You don't think about nothing. You just shoot. You see an alien, you shoot it. That's it. But they did. They had some. Again, I watched the 8-minute gameplay trailer, and they added some new weapons. The grappling hook. I'm not sure if this is new to Infinite. I'm sure it's been around since 4. But again, I stopped playing after ODST, so I'm not really sure. But the grappling hook. That looks cool. You use it you can grab enemies, you can grab onto things. It's kind of like in the Batman games when you have your grappling hook, you pull an enemy towards you and start beating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Same kind of difference. You grab items, throw them, etc. So that looks like a cool installment to the game and what you can do, whatever, so on and so forth. Added some new weapons that I'm really digging, both on the human side and alien side. So, again, it's just Halo. Everybody knows Halo. I'm not dropping any new news for anybody. Next week, I'm thinking about straying away from mainstream games and start getting into things that you people don't actually know anything about. Because thus far, I've talked about Halo and Miles Morales, 2 games that everybody knows everything there is to know about.
Right.
So I kind of want to go into the underground, maybe start suggesting some indie games, some lesser known games that
would be more of recommendations.
Yes,
and stuff. Yeah.
And that
awesome.
There's more you see more passion in those indie games because they don't already have a name for the games like Halo. Halo is Halo, right? Everybody and their mother knows Halo. Microsoft knows that people are going to buy copies, whether it's for their kids or for themselves or whatever. They know it's going to sell, right? So they don't put as much effort. The love isn't there anymore. The passion, the hunger isn't there anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So I want to start recommending and diving into games that still are hungry. Gaming production companies that are hungry and they're still trying to make a name for themselves.
Hell yeah.
That's where the gold is found.
Yeah,
that's where you find the gold. So I want to start getting into that for you guys. But I figured it was only appropriate that I do Microsoft this week with Halo because I did Miles Morales for PlayStation, so I figured it was appropriate. Right. But again, it looks fun, people. I wouldn't suggest you don't buy it. I think you should go get it, give it a try. Why not? Or let your friend buy it and then just play on his console, see if it's worth your time or not. That's usually how I come across things.
So, speaking of Miles Morales, so I got caught wind of. So they're going to be making a prequel novel.
Yeah, sounds about right.
To Spider-Man Miles Morales to kind of fill in the storyline gaps.
Yeah, sounds about right. Anytime anything's...
I didn't know this was a real thing.
Yeah, well, anytime things... original storyline is popular. For example, Harley Quinn, right? Harley Quinn started in the animated series, but she got popular, so they gave her own comic line. Same difference. The Spider-Man... PS4 exclusive was really popular. It had a great story to it. Insomniac had their own kind of touch on characters and Dr. Octavius and his origin and Spider-Man where he's at, added some new characters. So it's and it was very popular. So that sounds about right that they would give it its own comic line.
Yeah.
Something definitely worth reading, I think.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I mean, I'd never heard about like a video game being okay, we're gonna make a comic series that leads into the game so that why it's starting where it starts.
Well, the story that they came Insomniac, props to you guys seriously because the story in Marvel's Spider-Man is excellent. Spider-Man PS4, just the storyline alone is. Again, it's excellent, and they have their own take on a lot of things. We're way past the point of this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you what happens. It ends up being Dr. Octavius is the main villain. Okay. Throughout the story, Peter is still working with him, right, and trying to develop the arms.
Yep.
Come the end of it, Dr. Octavius kind of same kind of thing. He kind of loses funding. He gets flustered and frustrated, and he finally gets them working, and he gets to the point that I'm willing to do anything and everything to make this happen. I don't care who gets in my way. Anybody who tries to stop me will die. I don't care anymore. He goes over the deep end, but he's done very well. Even the way they designed the arms for the game itself, they're really cool. They're honestly the best adaptation I've seen of them, of the arms themselves. They're really dope. They're really cool. They have some claws on the end and the whole nine. So I was really digging it, and that does not surprise me that they got their own comic line.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. So I think that is that going to wrap it up for? Yeah,
let's get into gaming. Like I said, next week, guys, I'm going to give you guys some more some low-level recommendations. I'll go deeper into them because thus far I've just been talking about stuff that everybody knows about. So I just want to...
Yeah, I am... and also, if you have any recommendations that he can look into...
Absolutely. By all means, get involved.
Throw them in the comments because I am not too big with the games. So anything that you guys throw at us... I'd be glad to look into it.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, we say it every week. Every time we get on camera, we say it. We want you guys involved. By all means, please, if you have a game that you want me to dig into or just a game that you want me to shout out for you, please let me know. I'm more than willing to take suggestions and criticism.
Very much. All right. So our next topic and segment is going to be TV time.
With the T. Why?
Hey!
Oh!
My God, we have so much to talk about.
Do we though?
We do. Just in terms of fun comic book, and other. Like, we can have a good conversation. Are you ready?
We just have a good old time.
Are you ready?
I'm always ready.
All right, my brother. So, with the first thing that we'll say, and I'm gonna bring this up first because you don't really follow it nor have you started it yet. But you will.
I will.
So, The Boys Season 2 has ended, and it was a roller coaster of a ride throughout the season. I can't even tell you how high I recommend this show on Amazon Prime. Again, we are not sponsored by Amazon, but I seem to be talking about Amazon a lot. Amazon, you're doing good. You're doing really good.
Yeah, we're over here giving you guys free shout-outs.
Free shout-outs.
So I'm going to start charging you.
Yep.
I'm just going to send the bill over to headquarters. Might as well.
Yeah. But yeah, so this show is nuts. It's nuts. Season 2 was so good. Like, I didn't know how they would top Season 1, but they did. It was darker. It was grittier. It was funnier. It was more action-packed. Like, they just took Season 1 and amplified it. And not a lot of shows, you know, if they kill it Season 1, not a lot of shows will be able to live up to it throughout the series.
Yep.
Like, for instance, my take on Stranger Things is that the first season was so epic that they kind of just replicated it for 2 more seasons.
Yeah.
And it was the same. Yeah. It's good.
Accidentally hit the cap.
Yeah.
Like they accidentally brought it further than they can take it.
Right. And so the boys, though, it's a non-stop roller coaster.
You know, I fear that it will end up, again, I haven't watched it yet, but I fear it's going to end up getting that Walking Dead or even Game of Thrones treatment where, and this happens all the time, this does exist, people. Too much of a good thing, it does exist, you know, and things get popular and they suck it dry, and to the point that now you hate it because, like, towards the end, it just got so horrible, you know. So I just hope that they have an end in sight already, rather than trying to, you know, continue it.
Yeah, I would say maybe 4 or 5 seasons and then kill it.
Yeah, Typically after season 5 is when things go downhill.
Right. Speaking of shows that went a little bit too long, but not long enough for me, Supernatural
nerd
has 15 seasons, man, and there's a reason for that, because it's the best show. It's the best show.
I'm pretty sure they only continued because of you. Yeah. I'm pretty sure because you watch Supernatural so much that you watch that show so much that it's like the equivalent of 1 million people watching one time, and they're over there thinking like, wow, people really like the show. Turns out it's just like Drizzle watching over and over and over again.
I can literally like word for word. I've rewatched all 1,000 episodes.
Jesus, Crow guy.
Yeah, it's not actually 1,000, but I've watched every single episode at least 4 or 5 times.
Well, so I am familiar with the show, and I do like the spooky kind of vibe they have to it, right? But it's very much. What network is it on?
The CW.
CW.
Which formerly known
TNT?
As no. Well, the reruns are on TNT.
Okay, all right. That's all
no.
right.
Is it TNT? Or is it TBS?
I think it's TNT because that's where I saw it.
Yeah, okay, because the reruns run on one of those networks.
But it's a CW show.
But those are sister networks.
Oh, okay.
So TNT and TBS are brother and sister networks.
Oh, okay. All right.
So it airs, the reruns air at from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. every single day of the week.
Yes, because there's so many episodes of the show that they can just play it for hours on end. So I'm familiar. I watched back in the day when I was young. And I like the kind of spooky vibe they have to it, but it's very much a CW kind of show.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I'm not fan. I'm not a fan of that, but I like the general premise. If they didn't have that CW kind of seasoning on it, and it was like an HBO show or something, or Showtime or something, I would love it.
No, you know what is
because the premise is great.
I do agree with you on certain things. I mean, the show can get pretty corny. And that's why fangirls love it.
Yep.
Because there's that drama,
that cheesy.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. There's literally groups of people that write fan fiction of it.
Oh yeah.
And they make the
brother. We're gonna get some of that sometime soon.
Yeah. But they make Sam and Dean like a sexual tension.
That's so weird.
It's so
they're related,
weird.
Right?
They're brothers.
Yeah. To people, but that's the internet for you, baby.
My God.
Get ready for that, Drizzle, because we're gonna get some fan fiction. It's gonna be a lot of us kissing on the mouth. Get ready for that. I promise. Watch. I'm telling you. And then Big Drip proceeded to take Harry Potter's wand and softly stuff it into Light Drizzle's mouth, and then he slid it out slowly.
PG.
And then they kissed passionately.
Yes, passionately.
Lived happily ever after. It's gonna be a love
God.
story of us. I promise.
Yeah.
I promise.
Hey, listen, whatever. Like we don't discourage or discriminate here
by all
here
means,
on the corner.
I would love, and dude, if you please send us some fan fiction. I would love it. Dude, we'll read it for an episode the whole night. I would love it.
Oh my God. But yeah, so the final 7 episodes of Supernatural are airing now. The first of 7 just came out on Thursday night. And for the next 6 weeks, it'll air on Thursdays.
So, Drizzle, why don't you go ahead and do me a favor, right? Because I've only watched this show in bits and pieces. Now, my understanding of the show is that, all right, each episode at the beginning, it's kind of like a Law and Order thing, right? At the beginning of the episode, they establish what kind of spooky monster is there today, right? And that's it. What the spooky monster is and how the two brothers end up getting involved and how they stop it. So tell me what the actual story is. Like, what are they wrapping up? What is the actual story?
Oh my God, I would need a whole episode.
All right, well, give me the Cliff Notes.
All right, Cliff Notes. So 2 brothers, they grow up. They're in a world where monsters exist. Everything that goes bump in the night is real. Their mother gets killed by a demon when they're like really small children.
Okay.
So the father raises them to hunt monsters and kill the demon. Their sole purpose is to kill the demon that killed their mother and his wife.
So that's what they'll be wrapping up.
No. That was wrapped up in season 3.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
It has since evolved. The world has almost ended like 4 times. There's always a big bad. It's not just like a Law and Order start where they establish one monster.
Yeah.
But they do that frequently. But at the end of the episode, it all ties into the overall story.
Oh, okay.
So there is a story. There is a story that is ran from episode 1 to the final episode. There's arcs. There's character development. It's not like an anthology where every episode is different.
Okay.
It's an actual.
But there's always a connection.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
But it is gone
because I wasn't aware of the connection. That's why when I watch, I get like a Law and Order vibe.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about that.
But that's what they do. They make it so you can watch one episode and
not necessarily need to know.
You're in the middle of season 9. Yep. And you don't really necessarily need to know. But
so the one episode I can recall, like fondly, is because this actually like really freaked me out. It was the bassist was a clown. I'm assuming he was a demon of some sort. But what he would do is just kind of off in the distance, a balloon. It would just wave, right? And a child will come over and he'll try to lure him in with the balloon, right? I'm sure you do.
I know the episode.
He'll lure the kid in, and the kid disappears, right? And then. So the beginning is the little boy sees him at the carnival or whatever, right? Little boy goes up to him, "Hi, how you doing? My name is Bozo, blah, 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 blah." Later that night, the little boy's at home and homeboy's in the window waving, and that generally scared me. So I was like, all right, this is cool. Let me watch. And that generally got my attention.
Yeah, it's a good show, man.
So like I said, that's kind of the, I like shows like that you can just throw on a random episode. Like there is an overall story, but you can still watch randomly and not get confused because you don't know the overall story.
Yeah,
I like that.
I mean, for me now, I can go on Netflix or whatever and just throw on an episode.
Is it on Netflix?
Yes,
it is.
All episodes except the final 7, and no, all episodes except season 15 are on there.
Okay.
I do give it a recommendation.
While we're on TV time, let me ask you this, because this is such a problem for me, right? What is it with, I'm going to use Netflix and Hulu as examples. What is it with Netflix and Hulu that it takes them so incredibly long to get the most recent episodes of things? Like, for example, Rick and Morty, right? Season 4 has been out for almost close to a year, and they don't even have the first episode up yet. You know what I'm saying? What is the deal with that? I don't understand.
It's becoming more complicated now because before, Rick and Morty, where does it air on TV?
Adult Swim.
So Adult Swim has to have a contract with Netflix, and it goes when a season ends.
Yep.
When the next season starts, they'll usually get the previous season. That's how it typically runs. Yeah, that's how typically it goes, but that's not always the case.
Yes.
And now with every network seemingly developing their own streaming service,
which is just insane,
it becomes almost impossible. And it's streaming services are going to be like cable soon.
Yeah, no, it's going to be worse than cable.
Yeah, you need to subscribe to every single different one for $12
just for one show.
Yeah, and streaming,
it's going to be worse than cable.
Yeah, so I mean, typical right now there's like the major four, right? So we got Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, HBO. It's 5. HBO and Disney Plus. Yeah. But then you got Peacock,
Apple.
Yeah, you got all. Well, those are different.
Oh.
But
CBS is trying to do their own.
Yeah, CBS All Access, NBC
wants to do their own.
Exactly. So NBC is Peacock.
Oh, it is.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
NBC is Peacock.
Okay.
But it's becoming the market is becoming saturated.
Yes. I don't understand why. I do understand, but like, what is wrong with either going to? I think it should come down to 3, right? Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus. Now everybody else can work out your own specific contracts. For example, HBO goes to Netflix. We're gonna work out this contract for our content to be on your streaming service. And I don't understand, because I don't see any loss of money on HBO's end that way. This is how much we want. We sit down, Netflix and HBO sits down, they work out a contract, and they get the dollar price that they want. And I don't understand why. I think it comes down to greed. They want to make as much money off of this as humanly possible. You know?
Well, that's Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers owns all that.
Yes.
So they're not going to partner with their rival. It's like Burger King asking McDonald's, hey, can you sell Whoppers here?
But that's the thing. They weren't rivals until recently, because there was plenty of HBO shows on Netflix at one point.
Yeah, and I mean, like, so for instance, if you get YouTube TV, you can get HBO with it. If you get Hulu, you can get HBO with it.
Yes, you get Hulu, you get Disney Plus, and ESPN as well.
Yeah, so there are deals like that. Yes, I do understand what you're saying. However, everyone just you're right. Everyone just wants that money.
Yeah, that's what it boils down to. It has to. They want every dollar they can possibly make off of it.
Great plug here, by the way. You set me up for an awesome plug.
Kobe.
So speaking of HBO Max, as we said in the intro, Green Lantern Corps has been.
Yes.
Green Lantern Corps has got the green light from HBO, and they have ordered a season 1.
Yes.
So, for those of you who don't know, which you should if you're watching the show, the Green Lantern Corps are an intergalactic militarized law enforcement organization who patrol the farthest reaches of the galaxy and the DC universe. They answer to the Guardians, who are a race of immortals that reside in the planet Oa. Oa is like their home base.
Yeah, it's like exactly. I was gonna say exactly that. It's a base.
So they have first appeared in All American Comics number 16 in July of 1940. So Alan Scott.
There it is. I forgot his last name.
Yeah, Alan Scott is the first Green Lantern.
Weak to wood in the color yellow.
Yeah. Oh my God.
True story.
I had a did you know fact, and it included the wood, and you ruined it.
Sorry.
Ruined it. This is why we don't script anything, folks.
Yep. Free flow, baby.
We free flow. All right. So yeah, they first showed up in All American Comics number 16 before it all, back in the 1940s. Alan Scott discovers a lantern after like a train accident. Then he goes over, picks it up, and the lantern advises him, or like gives him a plan to make a ring out of the fragments from the lantern.
Yes.
And then he puts the ring on and gains his powers, which I'll just play it off like he didn't say that earlier. But did you know that the original Green Lantern, their powers, one of their weaknesses or I don't know what the word was that I was looking for there.
I have no idea where you're aiming for this, but weakness works.
Yeah, weakness works.
Yeah.
So one of the weaknesses for their powers was their rings couldn't affect wood. Like, so random.
Yeah, it is random.
It's so random.
Let me ask you this. I have a question for you, because I ruined that little
You threw me off, too. You threw me off.
this is my understanding of the Green
limitations.
Lantern. The Corps was not introduced until Alan Scott was already gone and Hal Jordan was in. To my understanding, Alan Scott was the only one.
Yeah, he was the only Lantern.
And then once Hal Jordan came around, that's when they introduced the Guardians and the Green Lantern Corps, and that it's an intergalactical thing, and it's not just this one guy. Yeah, that is my understanding to it.
So Alan Scott was the first, and he appeared in several comics, later became part of the Justice League.
Yes.
The Green Lantern became part of the Justice League. It's a great, little story if you'd like to read it. We do have 4 different recommendations at the end of the episode. We'll recommend a comic, a movie, a video game, a video game and a show.
Yep.
So we'll get into that. We'll get into that kind of stuff at the end. But we did want to go over. So the Green Lantern show, apparently, so Variety's reporting that the Green Lantern Corps show, Seth Graham Smith will write and be the showrunner of the series.
And what is he known for? Do you know?
So apparently, right now he's known for the Flash film.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
So
nice.
Seth Graham Smith, and the plot details kind of include. So the show will depict a multitude of lanterns, including Guy Gardner.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Guy Gardner, who was the Justice League member. Guy Gardner, Jessica Cruz.
Yes. Okay.
Simon Baz, and Alan Scott. But
no Hal, no John Stewart.
I was just going to say, so 2 big names missing from the plot details.
Really?
I don't know really where they're going to be taking this.
I have an idea. We might just scrap Hal altogether because Ray Wilson's Green Lantern was such a train wreck. Let's just scratch Hal Jordan altogether. We're going to put John Stewart into the actual Justice League and keep him in the movie part of the DCEU. Everybody else is for the show.
Yeah, you know what?
Possibly, because John Stewart was a big League member.
Yeah, you could be onto something there. I also do think that Hal Jordan is going to appear in Snyder Cut.
You kind of have to show him at some point because he's a huge part.
Yeah, so I think Hal Jordan will show up in the Snyder Cut
for
a cameo. But you know what? You could be right. That could be why they're leaving them out.
We could get a Hal Jordan rather than he could already be corrupted at this point.
Yeah,
we could get a bad guy Hal. Which I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, so and it kind of adds up to what you said before. So this series will take place over many years, and throughout several different galaxies. Yeah. So this is it takes place before now, before the DCEU continuity. But I'm really glad that HBO's taken it. I'm really glad that we're going to get to see some cinematic gold. HBO looks, how their shows turn out. I'd say they have at least 10 in the top 50 for TV shows.
And if anything in DC's lineup should be turned into a TV show, it's definitely the Green Lantern Corps.
Because there's so much you can do with it.
Yes, I think it's a perfect fit. Because I remember when we first heard that it was going to be the Green Lantern Corps, not just Green Lantern, like it was not just a story of a single Green Lantern, we're doing the whole Corps. I immediately thought, this should be a show, not a movie.
Right.
Because you really want to flesh that out. And if we're going to go with that many different lanterns and all of their you need that TV show kind of time to flesh out each one of these characters. You know?
Right. So the series will also include fan favorites such as Sinestro and Kilowog.
Okay.
And will also include... introduce new heroes to the ranks of the Green Lantern Corps.
Cool.
But like we said, missing the 2 biggest names of the Green Lanterns, it's interesting, to say the least.
Absolutely. I'm excited. I love Green Lantern. Green Lantern's definitely up there in my top 10. I'm a big fan. It's a hard pick. It's either John or Hal, one or the other, but I'm a big fan of Green Lantern, so I'm excited to see the show, and I'm all about it. And you have my full support, HBO.
Yeah, and... I'm gonna Jessica Cruz. That's really the only one that I don't. She appeared. She appeared in I believe it was Green Lantern. Let me get that. I had it written down. So Jessica Cruz. She's really the only Lantern that So her first appearance,
Yeah.
her first appearance was Green Lantern number 20, and it was a cameo kind of appearance.
I'm familiar with her at least.
Yeah, Guy Gardner first appeared in Green Lantern Volume 2, number 59, and obviously Alan Scott was All American Comics number 16.
I'm interested to see what they do with Alan. Possibly a comic relief kind of thing.
Well, he's also gay.
Is he?
Yes, he's
interesting. So there's a
he's
solid
gay.
chance he's gonna be the comic relief.
And he's the only one that had he had an old time suit, like an old school.
Yeah, he had
it wasn't,
a cape and
the
tights.
It was a red cape too.
It's is it? I believe it. No, the suit is red. The cape is yellow.
Is it?
To my knowledge, no, it's not yellow because he's weak to the color yellow. So his cape was, I believe, green. Actually, I know his suit is red, and I believe his cape is green.
I'll have to look up that.
Yeah,
look that up.
But I can tell you this much with confidence: it's a goofy uniform.
Yeah, definitely,
it's goofy.
Definitely goofy.
It is. Again, why I think he might be the comic relief of the whole thing. Yep. You know.
So we're really the Pop Culture Corner is super excited for this show.
Yes, we are.
And you know, any news that comes in, any news that breaks, come here, come to the channel, or head to our Facebook or our Twitter. We'll be reporting it there. And
we're always on top of stuff.
Yeah, and then we'll talk about it on the podcast or in a quick dip. And you know, I'm super happy.
I am too.
I'm giddy because Green Lantern's actually. So besides Batman, he's my favorite member.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Green Lantern.
Okay. I gotta give Wonder Woman number 2.
Really?
Yes. After Batman, after Bats, I gotta give it to Wonder Woman. So I'm half Greek, so Wonder Woman definitely gets the second spot for me because she's just a cool character in general. I really like her.
Oh no, I mean
Wonder
Woman's great. Especially Gal Gadot. I love her as Wonder Woman.
Yeah, she's a good fit.
My God,
her acting range is about as much of a tennis balls, but she plays the character well. She has that genuine
spunk.
Well, I was thinking more of like a loving nature, you know, like Wonder Woman's very much loving and does it for the sake of, she's compassionate.
Yes,
and Gal Gadot does a very good job of relaying that compassion.
Yeah, she's definitely the compassionate,
empathetic.
She is like the mother of the team.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking, that motherly kind of figure.
Yep. I think next we'll do some anime anarchy.
Chaos, smash, crash, kaboom. It's getting crazy. This week is Attack on Titan, people. Whoa. God, gosh darn, I love this show. This show is excellent, people. So I'm trying to keep it spoiler free. First of all, the trailer for the final season, which is season 4, has dropped. It looks amazing. Looks like a great little ribbon to tie it all together. This show, like no other, has flipped me on my head. From the last season that has come out thus far is 3. So from 1 to 3, no show has ever flipped me upside down in such a way. My general, what I thought this show was and what it was going to be is not even remotely close to what it actually is.
Wow.
Right? So at the beginning, I can give you a general rundown. So the show is about society and what is essentially us being caged by giants known as Titans that eat us.
Oh my God.
For the sake of just the hunt. They simply eat us they do not require sustenance. They do not require water. They don't require really anything.
They just eat us?
They just eat us for the sake of eating us.
Oh
they don't eat animals. They don't eat anything but humans, just for the sake of doing it. They have this very, how do I word this? They establish it so when a character's delivering their lines and you know, there's the back and forth, and while the show is going on, they establish this feeling of hopelessness, right? And it's overwhelming. Dude, the show almost brought me to tears twice, right? The look
big of, tears,
big tears from the big
tears.
Dude, it's intense. It's that hopelessness is just so abundantly clear, and they just keep nailing that in. And in the first season, it's just you can't even fathom. I couldn't even wrap my head around as how are we gonna win this? It seemed so one-sided. No matter how hard we try and no matter how skilled we are or what kind of equipment we come up with, they have an answer to it, and an answer that we just cannot overcome. And so as the show goes on, it gets more anime-esque with all those classic anime elements that we're used to, the overpowered, the just that anime kind of vibe that always happens in anime. But in that first season, it's very much like a drama more than an anime. You know, the show is very emotional. It's captivating. You know, it's one of these shows that, like, the first season is not about the action. The first season is very much about dialogue and the feelings that these characters are going through, and again, the hopelessness that is abundantly present in this whole world. It's an excellent series. I mean, I can't recommend this show more, people. Again, it almost made me cry twice, 2 times. So this 4th season is just kind of, season 3 was all about reveals. Season 3 is where we got all the answers to all the questions, because there's an overwhelming abundance of questions. Like, you are just absolutely confused, and again, I couldn't even fathom how we're supposed to win this fight. But so season 3 is where they come in with all those answers and all the answers to the questions and what's really going on here, the big picture. So season 4 is going to wrap everything together, and it will be the response to all those answers, if that makes any sense.
No, it does. It does. The show sounds...
It's excellent.
You've got me a little captivated.
It's excellent. It is an excellent series. It is my number 2 on anime. Nobody will ever beat Naruto. Sorry. Attack on Titan is definitely a second pick. It is an excellent show. Anybody who watches anime knows about this show, agrees with me completely. I've yet to meet one person. It's either you've never seen it or you love it. I have yet to meet anybody who thinks it's a bad show and that they have negative things to say about it. Again, season 1, people, I swear to God, this first season is just the epitome of good anime. It really is. It's so captivating. It's so heartfelt. It hits you right in the feels. I've never had an anime. Well, that's not true, because Naruto's done that several times. But like throughout the entire, like, Naruto's heartfelt moments are like scrambled, right?
Right.
Entire season 1 of Attack on Titan is just hits you in the heart. And you know, I don't really binge like that. Attack on Titan for 3 days straight had me binging. I did not turn the channel. I didn't even sleep. I just kept watching. It's an excellent show, and I can't recommend it more. Season 4 looks like we're gonna, I don't know how to, I can't explain anything without spoiling it for you guys, so I won't. Just go out there, you check out this show, man. I'm telling you right now, I couldn't recommend this more. Attack on Titan season 4 is coming soon, baby. I'm about to get a Crunchyroll subscription just so I can watch it on a week-to-week basis. I don't remember we were talking earlier about
subscription-based
why it takes so long for like Netflix and Hulu to get the new season of things. Yeah. So I'm about to order Crunchyroll just so I don't have to wait 3 years down the road to watch season 4 of Attack on Titan, you know.
What's Crunchyroll?
Crunchyroll is the go-to anime streaming service.
It's not pirating, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right.
It's Disney Plus for anime, essentially.
You know how I feel about pirating.
It's
terrible.
Big Drip doesn't care. Big Drip doesn't care. Big Drip, if Big Drip's only option to watch Attack on Titan season 4 on time is pirating, guess what Big Drip's gonna do? Arr, matey.
Oh my God. Well, that was interesting. So, is that your TV recommendation? And stop hitting the mic with the windscreen.
I apologize, people. I gotta fix
look at this.
Still getting used to this beatboxing thing.
Yes.
But, yes. So we told you guys earlier we're gonna do some recommendations: movie, TV, comic, video game. We're gonna do that every week. So Big Drip's recommendation for TV this week is Attack on Titan. People, all 3 seasons are on Hulu, so you can get caught up. It's not one of those shows. It's not like Dragon Ball. It's not like Naruto. It's not full of fillers. So you can watch all 3 seasons in a solid, like, if you binge it, you get it done in like a week. You know, that's another thing I really respect about this show. It is very popular, but they didn't get greedy. They didn't get hungry, and they didn't put in a bunch of fillers. You know, that's my one and only complaint about Naruto is the fillers, because there's just, remember I explained to you before, there's like 150 seasons because of that. So Attack on Titan has my respect in that aspect, because they did not do that. despite its popularity.
Gotcha. All right. So,
Big
yeah,
Trip
guys.
recommends.
Let us know what you guys think about Attack on Titan and if you're excited for Season 4.
Please
let us know and
DM me. Don't even go in the comments about it. If you like Attack on Titan, DM me. We'll have a whole conversation about it. You can video call me if you want to.
Look at that. That's a free conversation.
That's a free conversation with the Big Drip. And Big Drip knows how to hold a combo, baby.
What's Big Drip here for?
Big Drip's here for entertainment and sex appeal. That's it.
I love it. I love it.
That is it.
Alrighty, guys. So,
sex appeal.
Sex appeal.
Sex appeal.
So, I think that quite wraps up Anime Anarchy.
Smash, kaboom,
Boom. Anime Anarchy.
Dum, 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 smash, kaboom. We should throw in some like sound effects for that, right?
I think we can.
Explosions.
I think we can make that work.
Some screams. You know that scream that everybody uses? It's mainly like stormtroopers, right?
Yeah.
That scream, right?
That's like
everybody uses it.
Yes.
It's like in everything.
Yeah, it's like a digital effect not a digital effect, but it's like a recording that they use. I know
everybody uses it.
Yeah.
Ever since I heard that how like frequently it's heard, like
you can't unhear it.
Exactly, and now I'm like specifically looking for it in movies, you know, and like I get like mad if it's not in a movie. You know what I mean? Like, goddamn, they didn't use it.
Oh, classic.
There's a name for it too. I want to go ahead and get in the comments and tell us the name because I don't know it.
I know. I can't wait to live stream so we can actually. By the way, guys, we
didn't
are
even announce that yet.
Yeah, we are working on
live streams, baby.
A live stream version of the podcast,
which I'm excited for.
Which we will be getting into, figuring out how it works. It's gonna, we wanted to get a couple episodes under our belt before we attempt the live stream. So it's more complicated than you think.
Yeah, and I'm kind of leaning on the side of making it its own thing, rather than an episode. Just because we are so new to it. And I just like the idea of having, again, we say this literally every time we're on camera. We want you guys involved. So I think live stream is the best way to get you guys involved. And we can talk with you and, live. We have live conversations as we're recording and going through episodes. And it'll be a lot of fun. And it gives us content. It gives us things to talk about when you guys are involved. And, you'll really see that comedy gold that is Big Drips thrive in that setting,
I love it. Yes, so stay tuned. We'll keep you updated on that.
Yes.
We did announce on Quick Dip number 2 into Deadpool in the MCU that we'll be having a couple of guests on the show in November.
Oof.
So first we got a fan of the Snyder Cut. He, played his part during, the movement and helped get the movie made. His name's Jack, which Big Drip Justice doesn't even know about this yet because I haven't announced it yet. I wanted to do it here.
News to me.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't appreciate that very much.
Yeah. November 7th. It's just going to be a quick thing.
Just a quick dip?
Yeah, it'll be a quick dip.
It's a quick dip?
Yeah. So it'll be like a 5 to 10 minute thing. We'll have... Maybe longer. We'll see how it goes. How it goes.
If my man is even kind of interesting and can hold a conversation, it might go longer.
Yeah. But Jack's really excited. He was telling me, should I get a script ready? And I was like, no.
No, absolutely not. Just bring your personality.
Yeah, exactly. So Jack, if you're listening,
holla.
And bring your personality.
Yep, just be yourself, buddy.
Yep.
That's it. All we do around here is have conversations. We pick a topic and we have a conversation.
Exactly.
That's it. Don't be nervous. Big Drip's friendly.
Yep. So we're going to be doing a month-long Snyder Cut expose.
Yes.
So
we got a lot of like we said, we announced it on the episode 2 of Quick Dip, but we have a lot of guests and we have a couple guests coming in and they're very much big parts of the Snyder Cut. So November is looking like it. The majority of November is going to be dedicated to Snyder Cut related as things. You'll still get the regular, getting into gaming, anime, anarchy, whatnot, but you're going to hear a lot of Snyder Cut talk, and there's plenty to talk about involving the Snyder Cut.
Whether you like it or not, honestly.
Yeah, my man, our first guest, Mr. Sean O'Connell himself. My man's writing a whole book on the Snyder Cut, so there's plenty to talk about.
Yes. And then we'll finish off the month with the Nerd Queens, who were responsible for Justice Con.
Also huge parts of the Snyder
Very
movement.
much so. Helped get the billboards in Times Square, helped get the plane to fly over WB.
So we're making big moves over here, in other words, people.
Yes, making big moves. So that ties into the live stream aspect of it because we're still learning how to do everything and get it all set up so that you, the viewer, is entertained, but also gets the quality news that they deserve.
Well, let's be real for a second. How can you not be entertained?
What?
Are you not entertained? I am right here. Yeah, I know for a fact if you're actually listening, you're entertained.
Yes.
I know for a fact. Big Drip is many things. Handsome, yes. Genius, yes. Hilarious, also yes. A disappointment, also yes. A little on the dumb side, also yes.
Shout out Mama Drip.
Boring, not one of them.
Not even close.
Not even a little bit.
So yeah, we're really excited about November.
Lonely? Yes.
Oh my god. So November's you're an idiot. I love it. So November's gonna be a really fun month for us.
Yeah, a lot of Snyder Cut talking.
Yeah, and we're gonna have so much fun.
And I want to make something abundantly clear. Even though Drizzle tried to throw a little bug in my ear and make this happen, but I am not, just so you, the audience, know, because you already know where I stand on this whole Snyder DC thing. Not a fan of it. Not a fan of the direction he's gone at all. And don't expect my opinion to change because we have the exact opposite coming. Now, of course, you be respectful. You don't attack anybody. But I'm going to keep my views and I'm going to keep my position on what I think of Zack Snyder and his whole DC vision. And we'll have a conversation with them and see how that goes. And that if you ask me, that makes for good content.
No, I agree. You can't change your views just because you're talking to someone that. I mean, Sean O'Connell, he wrote. I remember reading his review for Man of Steel.
Yes.
And he trashed it.
Yeah.
Trashed Man of Steel. I didn't even want to go. I was on my way to the theater when I read it too. I was like, God, should I turn around? But no,
you got to see it. As a nerd, you're required.
Of course.
You have to go see it.
But so since then he has changed his direction because he saw something after that changed his mind, the movement itself kind of it was one of a kind.
Well, can I throw my 2 cents? It's so everybody, Man of Steel is most people have this general agreement that it wasn't very good. They don't like the dark and gritty on Superman. Superman was my least of issues when it comes to Snyder. A lot of people complained about the Zod Superman fight. I had zero issue with it. Mm-hmm. I like it. A lot of people were like, oh, well, Superman wouldn't cause that much destruction to the city, and Superman wouldn't do this and that, and
when
blah, blah, blah.
When you're fighting a god.
Yes, exactly.
Not a god.
We're talking two godlike beings. No, that's
fighting,
perfectly accurate. Two godlike beings. Superman is still very new to this. This is the first time he's had anybody who is even close to his level of strength to fight. Of course, things are going to get out of control.
And he's never fought, really. But I mean,
exactly.
He's never got down in a cage and fought someone.
He still doesn't even know how to actually fight.
That's what bothers me a lot. Because people don't see that.
Yes.
They only see Superman throwing Zod through a building.
Yes.
It's like, hey, he's
still learning.
He's an infant superhero at this point.
Yes, he still doesn't even have, first of all, he still doesn't even understand everything he's capable of doing, nor does he have control of these things yet. He's still brand new to this. Superman doesn't even know how to fight yet. Right. He's just relying on his brute strength. He has never had to come across. I 100% understand where Snyder was going with Man of Steel. Superman, first of all, after his father died, he tries to suppress his powers because he felt guilty, right? So mentally blocking himself, he's now becoming a hero, becoming Superman. He's trying to rediscover those powers that he mentally blocked away, right? So that means, again, he doesn't even know what he's capable of, nor does he have any kind of control of his overwhelming strength. We're talking about a guy who took a chain around the solar system and then pulled it on his back. This guy is, God is very much a appropriate word to use for this guy.
Yeah.
And Zod is on the same kind of level. but he does understand.
Yeah, because he's a military man. I remember when he took the mask off, he was fuzzy for a couple seconds, but he learned it. He adjusted within minutes.
Yep. So of course there is going to be overwhelming destruction and chaos when these two meet each other. And just on a less thinking about it kind of side view, it was just cool to look at.
Yeah,
you know, I don't want to watch Superman fight in the desert. You know, that's fucking boring. I mean, that's really boring. I want to see buildings smash. I want to see airplanes get thrown. I want to see destruction. You know, it came out in 2016. You know, CGI was at a good point. We were capable of doing cool things on camera, so I want to see those things. You know,
when did you say it came out?
2016.
No.
Yes.
No.
Man of Steel.
No, Man of Steel was 2014, I thought.
14? I think you're right. 16 was Batman vs. Superman.
Superman, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Correct. Yes, and then 17 was Justice League. You are correct.
Yeah.
Either way, the same
could
point
even
stands.
have been 13.
No, you're right. It was 14.
Alrighty. Why can't I think of that? All right. Well, anyway, but yeah. So I thought Man of Steel was done pretty well. I enjoyed the film. I just love Zack Snyder though. So whatever he puts out, I'm kind of biased.
I understand. I don't want to see Superman himself be dark and gritty, him as a character. But what's going on around him, dark and gritty isn't like a problem.
Right.
You know?
And I guess then the issue becomes his character in Batman vs. Superman, where he has 14 lines throughout the movie.
Yeah, and also he's he's mopey and depressed, and he's not that Boy Scout, optimistic guy that we're used to, farm boy. That's what we're used to with Superman.
I think that we were gonna get there eventually. If Snyder could have had the realm for a while. You know how when Iron Man started, he was still kind of cocky. Yeah. But by the
character development.
Yeah, by like the second or third movie, he became that solid corner of the Avengers.
Well, we did get a glimpse of it in Justice League.
Yeah, but that was the Whedon cut. That was the Whedon stuff.
Yes, so that's so incredibly out of Snyder's ballpark. I think because Marvel, to my understanding, Marvel did it this way. I don't think you should have just one guy handling the entire Justice League. You need to give the mantle to people that Snyder should have stuck with Batman, because he's dark and gritty, and that's, Batman. Patty Jenkins did a great job with Wonder Woman.
James Wan did amazing.
I wouldn't use the word amazing, but
the overall look and
it looks good.
I like the story.
There was a lot.
There was
a lot going on in Aquaman.
I like the giant crab.
Yeah, there was just a lot. That's a good word for it. A lot going on, and I'm not really a fan of turning Aquaman into a bro, like a frat guy. Aquaman as a character is very aggressive. He's very much royalty. He's very much like a king. That's how he acts, and he's kind of brutal, and he's not very PG. He's violent. And I would have very much liked another character. I think Snyder would have done well with.
Yes.
I would very much like to see what Snyder would do with Aquaman if he had reign.
Yeah. So we'll get to see more of it. And as we say every time we talk about the Snyder Cut, as news comes out,
we'll keep you updated.
Yep. So I guess, for the last, 10, 20 minutes, we can talk a little bit about the news about DrStrange coming into Spider-Man 3, reportedly. Yes. So how do you feel about it? I mean, it kind of not confirms, but everything you and I have spoken about to this point. Yeah. This kind of solidifies that.
Yes, it does.
That statement.
Yes,
because
it does.
Now DrStrange is. We understand why Electro could possibly be there now.
Yes.
It doesn't have to come from Doctor Strange 2.
Yes.
It's going to come from
him being in the movie.
Yes.
Correct. So we're going to keep it relatively simple right now, because we went into very deep detail in our first episode of Quick Dip into the Spider-Verse. So you check that out if you are interested in the topic. That being said, we will go into it a little bit. Like Dressel just said, it does solidify everything we've been talking about up until now, because the only logical way to... First of all, it's in the title, Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness, so that already kind of establishes where we're going with this. And Doctor Strange is really the only way you can
open the door
to
the
multiverse. Open a multiverse door.
I think it's going to be cool.
I think
it's going to be cool to see. I mean, so in the first film, Iron Man, kind of was the dad and, and he walked Spider-Man through, like, becoming a hero.
Yep.
And then in the second one, Nick Fury, well, I mean, it was technically a Skrull, but, Nick Fury kind of not helped him out, but was that figure of authority.
Yep.
And now in the third film, we'll get Doctor Strange as that.
Yes.
So, like, that buddy adventure.
Yes, I think what Doctor Strange will do, so Spider-Man, obviously, I mean, it only makes sense to make Spider-Man the next kind of, I don't want to use the word leader, but, like, he's kind of like the head of it, because first of all, he's the most popular character Marvel has by far, and he's the most recognizable. So of course you want to turn him, and he's beloved. Everybody loves Tom Holland. So you want to make him kind of like give him kind of Iron Man's role, right? Spider-Man still, Tony kind of guided Peter into being a superhero, but he's still very much a child. Still acts like a child. So I think that's where Doctor Strange will come in mentor-wise and kind of help him mature. And, like, Spidey, you need to understand this is not a game.
This is real life.
You're getting involved in superhero conflicts. Now the multiverse is open. This is not a game. You need to grow up quick.
Yep.
You are not a child, and I'm sorry, but you're involved in this. Whether you like it or not, you're stuck in this. I think we're going to get that same kind of, I don't want to do this anymore storyline. I think things are going to get crazy, hit the ceiling fast, and Spidey's going to just get that that classic comic book story where he throws the suit in the dumpster. Sam Raimi did it in 2. I think we're going to get a similar story. I can't take this. This is too much. I can't handle it. First, I got thrown into space. Then I got blipped away, right? I had to fight a godlike being.
Before I'm 18.
Exactly. I got blipped away. Oh, this is all before. He's still a sophomore in high school. And all this is happening. And now in 3, Doctor Strange opens a multiverse door. He gets attacked by Electro. Electro has this overwhelming vengeance on his mind that Tom Holland had nothing to do with, and he doesn't understand why it's happening. And I think we're going to get that kind of, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. It's too much. And that's where Doctor Strange comes in and like, hey, buddy, whether you like it or not,
you're a part of this game
it's
now.
Too late to step out now. You're here. And we need you.
Sean O'Connell, friend of the podcast, friend of me. So he put out a tweet the other day saying that he thinks that we're going to get a three-way team up with Tom, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire.
Yes, I've seen.
I don't know.
Like
I really don't want Toby in there, but I mean, if Sam Raimi is directing it, it'd be cool to see Sam Raimi get to helm a Spider-Man that's not Tobey Maguire. See where he goes with it. But I think so many. He said it perfectly. We're not going to go too deep into it because there's so many ways that they could do this that speculation is almost obsolete because we could say everything in the book.
Yeah.
But it's all speculation at that point.
Yep.
So we can have fun with it. We can talk about it, but at the end of the day, we got to take the facts as the facts.
Yes, exactly.
And the rumors as rumors.
Exactly. So take everything with a grain of salt, people.
Right.
Again, we went into deeper detail on this Into the Spider-Verse. As far as Toby goes, I think we did talk about this in the quick dip, so I'm not going to do it too much. But I think what I would like to see is they do the same kind of thing they did in Spider-Verse, right? And Toby will be the fat old Spider-Man,
right?
Divorcee, drunk, etc.
Imagine that's how Sam Raimi's Spider-Man turned out.
Not for nothing, but I mean, after Spider-Man 3, after that dancing scene in Spider-Man 3, any sane person would be depressed after that.
Seeing yourself as a meme.
Yeah,
terrible.
Being belittled in such a fashion, after rocking that outfit and that haircut, I'd be depressed.
Oh my god, such a terrible scene.
Yeah,
who puts that in there?
After doing Spider-Man 3 in general as a movie, I'd be depressed.
They wanted to do a Spider-Man 4.
Yes, they did. They did. Yep.
But and I didn't like his take on Venom either.
I'm not a fan either. Eddie Brock was too much pardon my language, but he was a douche.
Yeah, and I didn't like that 70s Show kid was in it.
Yeah, that's Eddie.
Yeah. I know. I'm just saying, like, I couldn't get over it.
He doesn't fit it.
Like you always say, once you see an actor as a role, it's
a
hard
goofy role at that.
It's hard to picture him as something. So having him become Venom was like, bruh, like, shouldn't you be hanging out with Kelso?
Yep. Well,
like,
Tom Hardy wasn't so hard because Tom Hardy, nothing I know Tom Hardy from is goofy. You know, I know him as Mad Max. I know him as Bane. I know him from...
he was in Inception.
I haven't seen Inception.
Wow, my God.
But I mainly know him from Mad Max. And that's a very serious kind of movie. I've never seen Tom Hardy in anything. Oh, Dunkirk was the other movie I was thinking of.
I am blown away right now.
I've never seen him in anything goofy, so him as Venom does not bother me the same way Toby Grace does.
Yeah,
you know?
Topher Grace.
Topher, thank you. Yeah, he even has a dumb name. Topher, really? Topher, really? Really? It's like that's what you would do if you took a giant square of tofu and then carved it to look like a gopher.
Yeah, that'd be Topher. Yeah.
You know?
Oh my God, how do you come up with this stuff, man?
I don't know. I'm a genius.
It's ridiculous, but it's amazing. So, I mean, what do you guys think? What do you think about? So, I want to hear a couple things. So, we've already said that we want you to hashtag Do It For The Culture to enter our contest. I also want to hear your guys. You know, what you want to hear for anime and video games and stuff like that.
Yeah, recommendations, guys.
Recommendations. Yep. And then I also want to hear who you want to be the next leader of the Avengers.
Good question.
Yeah, and I think I think we'll finish this this podcast and this episode off with our 3 recommendations for media.
Yep.
So I'll start off. So pop culture's movie of the week. We're gonna stick with the horror theme because it's spooky.
Ooh.
So I'm recommending Cabin in the Woods.
Interesting.
Yes.
That movie is. I wanted. That movie left me wanting more.
Yeah.
I liked the premise. I did. I liked it a lot, actually.
Yeah. So I'm recommending Cabin in the Woods.
Okay.
I think it's a movie for all movie and horror lovers.
Yeah, it's out there. Yeah. It's an out there movie.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth plays a masculine dummy.
He is in
dummy,
it.
Yeah.
Thor is in that movie.
Yeah.
My goodness, I forgot.
Thor plays the jock.
He is.
Guy.
He's the jock. Yeah. Oh my God, the maps. Oh.
Pop Culture Corner loves Thor.
Love me some Hemsworth.
Yeah. So it's a group or agency who, puts groups of people into horrific scenarios
to please the gods.
To please the gods, and they oversee how it turns out, and they're kind of they're playing chess with these groups of people.
Yeah.
And it's ultimately a sacrifice.
It's almost like imagine the gods, they're TV executives, right? They run TNT, for example, right? The executives over at TNT. And you're trying to keep your show going. So you make an episode that's strictly there to please the executives. You see what I'm saying? Going with this? So everything you do is not for us, the audience. It's for them, the executives. You're trying to please them. And that's your show.
Yeah.
You see where I'm going with that?
Yeah, and then you drain their blood
then you throw a zombie at them.
Yeah, you throw. But ultimately, hell breaks loose.
Great movie. It really
and the
is.
monsters
It's a lot
get
of
out.
fun. It's a lot of fun.
Definitely check it out. It's definitely a spooky time kind of film.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a lot of fun. Again, it left me wanting more, and I'm still upset we didn't get a sequel to that because it's just a fun movie. It is.
Well, let's start campaigning.
Yeah, Cabin in the Woods 2.
Hashtag
please.
Release Cabin in the Woods 2.
Cut.
Righty. So let's move on to our video game of the.
Oh, okay. So we'll go back and forth. All right. Yeah. So game of the week recommendation. I haven't pre-thought of this yet.
You didn't. Oh, you didn't.
No, I didn't pick a game yet. No, because I wanted some time. I'm going to go with Shadow of War.
Ooh.
This is a good game, people. It's old, I know, but it's a great game. If you fight it, if you've been fighting it and haven't played it yet, it's a great game. It really is. There's that RPG aspect to it. There's so much building you can do. You take, so there's this mind control aspect, and you build an army, right? and you attack other fortresses, and you can control it from the background. It's so much fun because like you can either be in the middle of the action actually fighting, or you could be in the background just calling the shots. It's a dope game. I've been playing it for like this game is like 5-6 years old now. I've been playing for like 3 years straight. It has yet to be boring. There's an online aspect to it, so where you can attack other fortresses online. It's a dope game. It's a strategic kind of game. Again, you can either call the shots from the background and just let your soldiers do it because you build an army, or you could get in the middle of the action and fight yourself. It's an RPG slasher, just a lot of fun. They incorporate some of the Lord of the Rings lore into it. It's a lot of fun. Big Drip recommends highly.
Wait, so is that part of Shadow of Mordor?
Shadow of War is the second game, correct?
Okay.
Correct.
Oh, yeah. So.
And it's the better of the two. That's why I went with that one, because that in the first one they didn't have that whole army building thing. So it was just, it's a great game, and Big Drip highly recommends.
All right, so that's a
on PlayStation.
Ooh.
On PlayStation.
So that's the Justice's recommendation for
to Microsoft
for video game. Always. I think me and the viewers, we're gonna get you an Xbox shirt to wear on the show.
Ew.
Yes, I think that's gonna happen. My cousin will.
That's not sexy.
My cousin will know this. If Nick, when you watch this episode,
shout out to you.
Shout out to Nick. I had messaged him and I was like, should I get this for Drip with 2 eyes? And he was like, oh, do it, man. That would be so funny.
And I have to wear it too.
Yep.
That's the worst part.
Yep. But they only had 2XL. And I was going to just do it because you'd only be wearing it for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
For an hour and a half.
Yeah, for the whole show.
For an hour, 32 minutes, and 45. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so that would have been funny. So.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Yeah, woulda, shoulda, coulda. But Target always has fun stuff.
Shouts out Target.
Yep.
Let me get that sponsor.
Yep. So we're going to move on. So
you gotta recommend a comic, correct?
Yay!
Hooray!
So the comic I'm going to go for this week is more of a story arc. It's a 8-issue storyline, and this is in response to the Green Lantern show coming out.
Okay.
So Jeff Johns' Blackest Night.
Oh, yes. Great one. Yes.
Very great series.
This is where we introduce all the different lanterns and you
yes.
really get like a feel for what each one. Oh, yes, absolutely. Yep. Great one, Jizzle.
Great.
Good one.
Great pick. I think I had a couple good picks today.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the villain Necron, he's a personified force of death who reanimates deceased superheroes and seeks to eliminate all life and emotion.
Oh, my God.
In the universe.
Series. It really is.
Again, written by Jeff Johns.
Yep.
The storyline consists of 8 comics and several tie-in issues.
Is that it? Only 8?
Yeah, it's 8.
Well, I was thinking of more because of the tie-ins.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's several tie-in issues. It came out in 2009.
Wow, is it that old already?
Yep.
Wow.
And it ended in 2010. This is one of my favorite comic book series to read.
Honestly, if you ask me, it's probably one of the, if not the best Lantern storyline there is. Honestly, 100%. It's up there.
100%.
It really is. It's excellent.
It's arguably the best
Lantern arc.
Lantern arc there is. You get a lot of backstory, not backstory, but you get a lot of information about the other Lantern Corps, and you get the villain of the series, Necron, is really, really amazing.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is where Hal first turns evil, correct?
Yes.
It happens in Blackest Night, right?
Yes.
So, great storyline.
Wait, I'll have to fact check that.
But I believe that is
I believe it is.
I believe it
is. You caught me on the spot there.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in it.
There is.
It's a big crossover.
It is a great recommendation. Well done, Drizzle.
Thank you. So Cabin in the Woods for movies.
Shadow of War for the game.
Yep. Get your spook on with those two.
Yep.
And then Blackest Night for the comic book.
Yep.
And
anime this week. I already talked about Anime Anarchy, but it's Attack on Titan. People,
that's
get
the
on this
TV
show.
recommendation.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. It's not an anime recommendation. It's a TV recommendation. But I the first season, I can say is you'll like whether you're an anime person or not. From there on out, it's really just for anime people because then it becomes very much like an anime-esque show. But if season 1 captures you the way it captured me, then you won't be bothered by the rest of the anime. Because, dude, you're going to have a lot of questions, and you're going to want those answers. So even if you're not into, like, that general anime kind of style, I think you'll be willing to ignore that to get those answers.
Awesome.
Because the first season is just absolutely captivating. It really
fire.
is. Check it out. Fuego.
Fuego. So that is the Pop Culture Corner recommendations of the week, guys.
Oof.
All right, so with that said, we're going to wrap it up. We'll talk to you about a little, where you can hear us and where you can find us. So let's wrap it up.
Do some plugs.
Simple plugs. What did you call it the first time?
What?
Seamless plugs.
No, shameless. Shameless plugs.
Shameless plugs.
That's when somebody says, "Oh, thank you for doing this for me," and I say, "Well, if you really want to pay me back, if you're really thankful, you'll watch my Pop Culture Corner podcast. You go ahead and you go over there and subscribe."
Yes,
that's a shameless plug, people. Big Drip doesn't care. He's plugging this bad boy literally everywhere.
Everywhere to grandmas and grandpas.
Thank you so much, young man, for holding the door for me. Yeah, well, if you want to pay me back, you're gonna have to go ahead and go on YouTube. I'll sit there and I'll watch and make sure she actually does it. Go ahead, whip out your phone. Yeah, go to YouTube.
You gotta teach them how to use the phone first.
Yeah. So you go to YouTube, press subscribe. Hey, don't exit out yet. Hit that bell.
Yeah.
You better hit that bell.
Yeah.
I will sit there and make sure you do it.
Right. That's awesome. This is why.
And if she doesn't, I'll push her out the door, close the door behind me, and then make her walk in by herself. I'm not playing with you people.
Yeah, but Justice don't play like that.
Big Drip.
Homie
don't play that.
Yeah, oh my God. So as we said before at the beginning of the show, guys, if you are a subscriber already, we want to thank you so much. You guys will also still be the first 123 subscribers, 24. You guys are in a group of your own, and one of you will win a gift card as well. You're not, out of the running just because you were before. So 124 to 224 subscribers will be the next group. That's who we'll pick from.
Yes,
you guys'
we do it every 100. Yes.
Every 100.
Sounds about right.
So, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. If you're new here, we hope you liked our episode, and we hope to keep you coming. We do it for you guys. We're super happy about the turnout so far. I know I am. I can't speak for everybody.
Drip has made a whole 65 cents off of this. Yes, I'm excited. Yes. That's a silly question.
Yes.
Of course I'm excited. I made 65 cents, people. I could feed 2 African children with that.
And yeah, you could actually.
Yes, I could.
So definitely get there. We are available on all podcast platforms, including but not limited to Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts.
Whoa.
Google Play is no longer Google Play. It's Google Podcasts.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Look at Google stepping that game up.
And that's for Android users only at the moment.
Holla at us.
Yep.
That's me. Android.
And then Justice, can you go through our social media platforms?
Big Drip sure can. Drizzle.
Thank you.
Facebook, Twitter, IG, Snapchat, Tumblr, coming soon, Reddit. I believe I missed one. I'm not sure. We're on damn near everything is where I'm going with this, people. Come find us.
Tumblr was the other one.
Tumblr, I said Tumblr.
Oh, you did?
Tumblr, and then coming soon, Reddit.
Okay.
Regardless, we're on damn near everything, people. Chances are, if you're on that platform, we are also on that platform. So you go ahead and you find us. You follow our Pop Culture Corner page. Also, follow our personal pages.
Yes.
That's Big Drip with 2 eyes in the drip, because it's all in the drip, baby.
It's all
and Tyler
in
Roberts
the drip.
to my left.
Yes.
You come find us. We'll put links in the description, as always, so you don't have to go, type in and search in. You can just click.
Because we here at the Pop Culture Corner want to make it easy for you.
And we care about your time. We know you got a lot of stuff going on. We know you're people of importance. Why else would you be listening to us? Only the high class, the best of the best, come to the Pop Culture Corner.
Right.
We don't have any normies around here. I know every last one of those 124 subscribers are just A-class people.
Very
just,
much so.
Time sensitive. I'm almost willing to bet money Elon Musk and Bill Gates are one of those subscribers. One of those 124 subscribers.
No, for sure.
I can say that with confidence.
For sure, definitely.
So Elon, my man.
We
appreciate
you. we like Teslas. So
You're also handsome.
yes. All right, guys. Join us next Sunday for episode 5 of the Pop Culture Corner, and
look out for another episode of Quick Dip too, baby.
Another episode of Quick Dip will be premiering this week. All right, my name's TY, and I'm signing out.
Big Drip signing out, baby. We do it for you. We do it for the culture. Peace and love.